Hey everybody, welcome to my end of the year wrap up. What I'm going to do for a special treat for you guys this year is I'm going to count you down through my top 10 items this season. Basically, these are items that have impacted my performance, helped me in my fishing travels and endeavors, and helped me compete on the national circuits. These items are near and dear to my heart. Obviously, I can't thank everything that I love and choose and appreciate, but this top 10 is pretty special to me and it's got a special place, and this is why I'm bringing it to you guys. What I'll do at the end of this sequence is when I reach New Year's Eve, I'll take the last item and present the last item in the feed, and then I will take all of the components and compile them into a video and put them out as my last real short for 2021 season. And then we'll move on to the new year. So let's go ahead and get started with number 10. At number 10, I have the Stolquist Waterwear PFD. This is the keeper version. To me, this PFD is everything. This PFD has seen more miles than probably anything that I currently have in my arsenal. I've fallen in the river in it. I've swam in the lake in it. This PFD has been there for me, and it's definitely a must-have, especially on the kayak, because this is what keeps me alive and keeps me protected in the best and in the worst of conditions. And I can't speak highly enough. For all the miles this thing has seen, it's got a lot of life left in it, excuse me, and I plan to put many more miles on it. So at number 10, the Stolquist Keeper. Pick your one up. All right, everybody, time for number 9. At number 9 today, we've got Berkeley hard baits. What I have here in front of me is the dredger and the frit side. I'll talk a little bit about the dredger first. The dredger is a go-to bait for me all season long, but one of the things that I want to focus in on is that, through the wide range of colors that Berkeley has available in the dredger series, my favorite outside of the chartreuse and multicolored backs is the HD patterns. And when it comes to the HD patterns, the threadfin shad version is probably the best color hard bait on the market. It looks so much like a threadfin shad, imitates a threadfin shad so well, and works on so many different bodies of water. It's hard for bass to resist. And now that Berkeley has upped that game and introduced the HD series and the frit side, they've definitely changed the winter fishing situation. Now we have those same shad colors in the frit side, and we also have the new craw colors, which for those of you that fish in the winter, you know that the craw color is a big color to have in your arsenal, and to have something that looks natural and realistic definitely works well. So anyway, at number 9, Berkeley hard baits for y'all. Time for number 8. All right, as you can see behind me here, and I got a few in front of me that I'll talk about for a moment, Zoom Soft Plastics. The reason why Zoom Soft Plastics are at number 8 is just like the Berkeley hard baits in the last one, I use these things year round. In front of me, I've got Plum Mag 2s, I've got Green Pumpkin Lizards, June Bug Red Trick Worms, Cal 420 Brush Hogs, you name it, Zoom makes it. And when it comes down to it, I've got probably almost every type of Zoom bait floating around here somewhere. Zoom has been catching fish for years, and it's going to continue to catch fish for years to come. There's a good reason why I rely on them, and a good reason why they perform for me every season, so check them out. Coming in hot at number 7 is a bait that's always going to be near and dear to my heart. The reason why this made the top 10 is because of this trophy here. Getting my first national victory means a lot to me, and to get it in only my second season on the trail and not having a lot of national trail experience is quite a privilege. And so shout outs to Strike King and the Hybrid Hunter. This bait, I bought it specifically for use on the TVA for specific grass related conditions, and in Pickwick it was the key, it was the ticket, and it will always hold a special place in my life. Number 7, the Hybrid Hunter by Strike King. Hey, time for number 6. Coming in here at number 6 is the Gary Yamamoto Cinco. Many people don't know this about me, but prior to me coming onto the tournament scene, some friends back in Maryland used to call me the Cinco King. You couldn't go a day without finding me with a Cinco in my hand, and I used to rail the fish. And it's something that I don't throw as often as I used to. I save it more for those sensitive moments where I feel like I need to have that real subtle, real clean presentation. And for those that know me locally now, they know that I have a few tricks up my sleeve with how I fish this that makes this such a lethal bait, and something that I save for just the right events. So in any case, number 6 coming in, the Gary Yamamoto Cinco. Hey everybody, before we break into the top 5, I want to take a couple moments and talk about 2 honorable mentions. First up, I have Sunline FC Sniper. I typically run it in the 14 pound test. However, I'll run it in anything from 6 to 8 pound all the way up to 25 as needed based on the application. It just happens that 14 is my primary. I know that this box here is 10. I have this in my kayak for a specific reason and use, but we can get into that at another time. And then also on the honorable mentions, and this was a really hard one not to put in the top 10, but it's the angler button. And with the angler button comes the angler app. And for those of you that have seen me post about the button and the app before, I do all of my trip tracking and logging and documentation with the help of this button and the help of this application. I can't speak about it highly enough. It's had a huge impact in my fishing events and career, and I'm starting to see those dots pop up around the country. I'm starting to be able to dissect lakes, figure out patterns, know what worked before, and kind of piece that puzzle together. And in places like Clark's Hill, which is my home lake, it's really showing itself as to, hey, I catch them here in January, I catch them there in February, I catch them there in July, I catch them here in October. And you see that kind of play through, and so you always have a baseline, something to work with, and something I highly recommend. In any case, I'll wrap this one up, and we'll move into the top 5 next. But Sunline FC Sniper and the angler button and application for honorable mentions. Hey everybody, time to get back to the countdown. Coming in at number 5, I have the Garmin Echo Map 93 SV. This unit is the Echomat Plus. I currently run this unit on the bass boat because it strictly runs my Panoptics on the bass boat. But I have the UHD iteration on my kayak. The UHD iteration provides the upgraded side imaging and down imaging. And then in addition to that, the UHD, similar to the Plus, is also compatible with Panoptics. I actually got them for the same price. One is just a model year newer than the other one. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, this series, the Garmin Echo Map 93 SV, is probably the best bang for your buck when it comes to its compatibility with Panoptics, its user interface, its general capabilities. It's hard to lose with this system, and this is the reason why this system, the Garmin Echo Map 93 SV, is what I run on my kayak. Yes, is there better side imaging out there? Yeah. Is there a better user interface out there? Yeah. But the combination of putting it all together to have everything at my fingertips for the water, this is where it's at for me. So anyway, at number 5, the Garmin Echo Map 93 SV. It's only fitting as I roll into number 4 that my Trokar hook shipment comes in today. So at number 4 is Trokar hooks. And the reason why they're here at number 4 is because this has become a mainstay for me in my arsenal. I switched over to Trokar last year in 2020, and I've stuck with them ever since. One switch that I did add in my Trokar setup was I went from offset round bends to offset Pro V worms. And these Pro V worms are probably my favorite hook on the market right now. Between the sharpness of the Trokar hooks and the durability, very impressed. I boat many fish that I set the hook on, and it doesn't take a crazy amount of effort to set the hook and get the hook to penetrate. These will be my go-to hooks for many years to come. I probably have 40-50 packs behind me right now, and there are 15 or 20 that are sitting here right in front of me, and more to come as the season goes on. I go through them, I take care of them, and they take care of me. So at number 4, the Trokar hooks. At number 3, we have the Diehl fishing reels. And for me, Diehl has been a staple in my 2021 series. Everything that Diehl brings to the table is an amazing product, and I can't speak highly enough about what Diehl is bringing to the table. But when it comes to Diehl's reels, I have really committed full send on that. The reels are phenomenal, from line management to braking to quality control to drag, everything else. These reels are well built, well crafted, and do a really amazing job on the water. And when it comes to like what I look to as my favorite reel in the Diehl lineup, it has to be for me the Tatula Elite. The Elite is probably the best all-around package for the price point. I have a Zillion SVTWG here, which I'm currently testing out. I love the reel, don't get me wrong, but the Elite still has my heart and is still where it's at. So in any case, coming in at number 3, Diehl fishing reel. Coming in at number 2, we have Swagger Tungsten. Swagger, just like many of the other things in my top 10, is very near and dear to my heart. What Swagger brought to the table for me was increased sensitivity, the ability to feel more items when fishing soft plastics, finesse presentations, or even flipping and pitching. And so when it comes down to it for me, Swagger has a lot of different features. They have flipping weights, they have worm weights, they have drop shot weights, they have shaky heads, they have jig heads, they have swing head jigs. Basically, they have the gambit. And if you are looking for something in the tungsten realm, I highly recommend you go check out Swagger. Swagger is doing a great job of bringing the highest quality tungsten to the market at some of the cheapest prices. And you can even get them even cheaper using my code that you can find in my profile, but that's beside the point at the moment. Talking specifically about the weights, I kind of want to focus on the flipping weights for a moment. I get all my flipping weights in the Vader series. The Vader series is completely chip resistant. I abuse these weights and I will lose them long before I damage one. And then over here, I should have swing heads sitting over here in one of these 2 packages. The swing heads are probably my go-to for creature baits. They don't come in a Vader series yet, but as far as they're concerned, even when the paint starts to chip off the tungsten head, it has 0 impact on the quality or the performance of the head itself or the way that the fish treat the bait. So anyways, at number 2, Swagger Tungsten. All right, y'all, coming in at number 1, we have the Hobie PA14. The reason why this is at number 1 is because this has been instrumental in my 2021 season. This has been a fantastic ride. I've seen so many things done in a Hobie PA14 and even the PA12. I highly recommend that if you get the opportunity to demo or ride in one, please go take that opportunity. It won't let you down. This thing has seen so many miles for me, and it's going to see so many more as we move into 2022. It's unbelievable the things that I can do with it. The main reason why this made number 1 is for that very reason. I won my first event out of this kayak, and I hope to win many more out of this kayak in the future. It's been a great season. Thank you to all of my sponsors. Thank you to all my pro staffs. Thank you to everybody that's been in my corner throughout the 2021 season. I wish everybody the best as we go into 2022. Bring it on, let's go.